I was a kid going to school, high school.
Yeah.
So which means in 1963 I was 18 years old. So everybody else were men. Then you had me and Stokely Carmichael and Ralph Brown. We were just kids. You know, we were just kids going to school.
Yeah.
John Lewis. All of us were just kids around Martin Luther King. And Dr. King was wise enough to say, hire the children. If the kids don't mind going to jail and picketing and doing this, we'll pay them. So Dr. King's idea, raise money and we'll pay the students. And well, Marion Barry and one other person, James Bevel. Yeah. Their thing was the students ought to have their own organization. And Dr. King agreed with it. He said, put together a budget and we'll raise the money. And that's how SNCC got started. And Dr. King said that the students need to be free to do whatever the hell they want to do. So he raised the money, turned it over to John Lewis and Marion Barry and them boys. Whenever Stokely and them would come to Louisiana, wasn't no hotels. So they would have to stay in homes. So they would stay at my home. My parents' home was really where I stayed. My parents had a big old, comfortable home. And so people talk about that. I said, I used to hate to see them niggas come to Louisiana because I had to give up my bed.
Yeah, you gotta share your space.
Yeah. I have wonderful memories of, I came here in 1969 and we tried to put those experiences. King was in his grave when I came here. And the only reason I came to Dallas is because Dallas had the best airport in the Southwest. It was called Love Field.
Love Field, yeah, that was the only one that did.
Love Field had the best, that was the best airport. Yeah. I had Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Louisiana. I had the 5 southwestern states was my responsibility. And the only reason Dallas was chosen because Dallas had the best airport. It had nothing to do with racism. It was strictly, now Houston had a good airport called Hobby, but it was too far away. To go from Oklahoma City to Houston, and that was a long distance. So Dallas was in the middle of everything. So the decision to open up the regional office in Dallas didn't have nothing to do with black people in Dallas or white people. It just had to do with Love Field and the airport. The night I came to Dallas, Andrew Young drove me to the airport in Atlanta that night. And there was one Negro on the Dallas City Council. His name was George Allen. I called him Uncle George. I called him Uncle George because he was Andy Young and Walter Young's uncle. And I had known him since I was a little boy. When I used to ride a bicycle, Uncle George would come to Louisiana for Christmas and for Easter. And Andy and Walter was their nephew, was Uncle George's nephew. So that's what they called him. So when I came here, Uncle George was the oldest Negro on the city council. And he was because of him, he told me all of the people I could trust. Like I would meet him at a bar in South Dallas, meet at the bar. He would drink straight scotch. And he would tell me the niggas you can trust and the preachers, he always said the preachers you can't trust them. And he said, he said you can't trust the Negro preachers here. And they got him. He said, Dallas, when the civil rights movement started, Dallas got control of the black churches. They keep Martin Luther King out of Dallas. Dr. King came to Dallas. And when he got to Love Field, he was met in Love Field by a bunch of black preachers. And they told him they didn't want him, didn't need him.
S.M. Wright, those guys.
S.M. Wright, Bill Estelle, it was a bunch of them. But they met him at the airport and told him they didn't want him in. And Dr. King got so offended, he said, got on the plane and came back to Atlanta. I mean, they just told him they didn't want him, didn't need him. And of course, Martin's thing was the whole civil rights movement was based in churches, black churches, and if the black churches in Dallas don't want they had nothing to do.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
So when I came here, Martin King was in his grave. This is 1969. And all the reason I was coming to Dallas was because of Love Field. It had nothing to do with the Negroes here, the white people. It was strictly Love Field. Love Field was the best airport. I was gonna stay at a hotel in downtown Dallas. The hotel was owned by the World Council of Churches. And that's where I was gonna stay. And my orders was don't get involved in nothing in Dallas. Don't do nothing to help the Negro community in Dallas. This was my orders. And Andy Young drove to the airport that night. And the whole ride to the airport, he didn't say a word. When we got to the airport, he had given me many times they got me off the airport. He got out the car. I came around, asked me to get my luggage, and I had some boxes of books and stuff. And he started telling me about whatever you do, don't piss off them white people in Dallas. They killed the president. And you just go down there and do your assignment, and don't start nothing in the city of Dallas. We don't want to get involved in Dallas. And I would but the city started to fight. I didn't start to fight. It was the city that didn't want to move on Dr. King's life. Sean, and for me, I took that personal. That was gonna make it look like I was incompetent to the rest of the civil rights movement. You know, so I went to Hollywood. Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier. That's who I went to talk to. And Harry said, don't worry. We'll make him do it. So Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier, they went to the Hollywood producers and directors, the owners of the big Hollywood studios. And the Hollywood studios sent the city of Dallas a letter. In the letter that's message, he basically said, if Martin Luther King movie is not shown in Dallas, you'll never get another movie out of Hollywood. You just must close your theaters down. Now this didn't come from me, this came from Hollywood. So it forced the city of Dallas to have to show the movie on King's life.